Right now you might be thinking, I'm lost, I'm confused, I don't know where to go, what to do. Watch this video.
Yeah. I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy. I'm a flow state coach and consultant, positive psychologist, and I help you feel better and perform better. Right now, look at it. Look at it, it's here. It's raining right now. What I want to tell you is about the feeling of confusion that you might be having. The first thing that I want to state is your eye contact might be making you very confused. If you walk into a venue or a restaurant, or even if you're in your own home and you're looking around everywhere, that's already broadcasting to your body a feeling of confusion. Okay, because when we look around, we're looking for cues, we're looking for signs to help us, in a sense. So that by itself can cause confusion, first thing. So to make sure you generate eye contact and you don't look around everywhere, that's the first thing. Second thing is you got to have this feeling of acceptance. Take a deep breath. Just tell yourself, I don't know what I'm doing, and that's okay. I don't know where I'm going, and that's okay. I'm confused, and that's absolutely fine. You see, confusion just means that you have a lot to process. There's a lot going on right now. So before you rush into a decision, you want to really sit with yourself, go internally, and start to understand what is that inner reservoir of me telling me to do. Because you're not really lost. You're just going inwards. You're going inwards and you started to explore some of those intricacies of the internal world. And it might feel like you are stuck. It might feel like you are confused. You might feel like you have no clarity. But you don't want to see clarity externally. Someone else can give you clarity. What you're looking for on your inner process is an internal clarity. And you do that through self-awareness. Also, you might be fearing the future right now, and that's also okay. Because we really don't know what's going to happen in the future. We just don't. We can try to future project, astral project, try all of these different methods, but we really don't know. Life can surprise us. Life throws us curveballs at times. So the less attachment you give to whether this decision is right or wrong, you will start to flourish more. You want to think more of, is this thing that I'm doing effective or ineffective? And if it's ineffective, what are some ways that I can make that process release from myself? Like, how can I find more relief in the ineffectiveness? Rather than thinking, oh man, I'm so ineffective, I can't get anything done. Like, don't bring yourself down to that level where you start self-blaming, self-attacking, and self-loathing. You want to find the compassion. You have to find the love even when you are the most unlovable. That's the true gift. That's the true art form. And how do you do that, you're wondering? Like Cicero said, no one can give you wiser advice than yourself. Straight up. You can watch this video and I can give you make this list of goals or start this plan out and then aim for this tally mark. That will help you get the ball rolling. Don't get me wrong, practical advice like this is very, very important. But until you fix your internal blocks in your inner world, none of that matters. So what, you get the next goal. You're still missing that piece of fulfillment from within, right? So what if you get a nice car? It's like you still miss that thing, that alignment factor. So my advice to you right now is be patient and understand that there are multiple streams of reality to you, infinite possible realities that can meet you right now in this moment of stuckness or confusion. Because that's what confusion is. It's an overwhelm of all of these parallel universes at once. So use that as a gift right now, because now you can quantum leap into the appropriate one. Whereas earlier, you had all the answers, right? You were right all along. You had the clarity where you could just move. But guess what? Now you don't have access to those different universes. So it is from the instability and the chaos that you find yourself at times, right? You lose yourself to find yourself. Now you're in this confusion. Now you have to decide. You have to decide, but that decision will take time. You have to go inwards before you decide. Start a practice where you're being more introspective, having that self-inquiry. And from that point forward, you have to start to write things down and decide that this is what I want to do. This is where I'm going. this is what I've decided for myself. I often tell my clients to start with a curiosity list. Okay, if you haven't done that yet, I mean, get on that. I know a lot of my past clients watch these videos too, so if you haven't done that yet, get on that, because that process is specifically designed to guide you. I mean, it's in the Art of the Impossible book as well. Stephen Kotler mentions it too. So, I mean, if you aren't making a curiosity list, 25 questions of what you're curious about, you can't start that process to find your top 3 passions and then your purpose, right? It's like, you want to start with that, you know, because the purpose is that underlying fuel, that flame that keeps you moving forward. But still, when we have our purpose in mind, right, like we know that, okay, I'm going to be the best writer on planet Earth on the fantasy genre. Like, let's say that you decide that for yourself. Now there's still going to be intricacies that you have to work out in your mind, like, who do I contact? You know, what do I do next? How many publishers should I send it to? What kind of publishing houses should I? There's all these little nitty-gritty little details, right, that you have to work through. So my advice for that is really fine-tune towards creating a certain kind of frequency. I don't care what anybody tells you, your life is your brand. Okay? You could try and manufacture a brand, but it's still not going to come across, and you're not going to make any sales from that. Straight up. But if you're like, okay, my life is my brand, right? So how I deal with my life every single day, the moments, the rituals, the practices that I'm doing, the thoughts that are running through this internal machine, this computer of my mind, how am I controlling that? How am I reframing things? You know, how am I moving myself forward? So right now you want to see the possibilities that are out there and almost be like a jaguar waiting to pounce for the right one. And I know it might seem like, okay, there's no divine timing, I don't believe in all of that. Okay, that's fine. However, there is. So right now, you're going to have to release and surrender more to that divine. A lot of guys that I work with, man, even myself, we're afraid of feminine energy, meaning we're afraid of surrendering. We're afraid of being receptive to the universe and the gifts that it has for us. Our ego constantly puts up these blockages, like, no, not for me, no, thank you, I got this, man, no, that's BS, that's pussy shit, right? We do this all the time as men, and we have to learn to understand that, sometimes I just have to crumble that thing down and just chip away at it, just destroy it altogether. This is why we overdrink or we party or all these things, because we're trying to destroy the ego so that we can let the divine shine through. And hey, in moments of low points, notice that people turn to religion. Okay, they turn to either gods or demons. Now, I'm not saying which one you should work with or whatever, but what I am saying is you got to understand. You're at a low point. You're very susceptible to manipulation, to vulnerable situations and things like this. So understand that you got to keep grounded. You've got to have your own strengths and know. Find this inner knowingness. Don't speak to yourself like you don't know and that you are confused. You see, in your language, if you speak confusion, you will be confused. If you're saying, nah, I don't know, yeah, possibly, quite so, perhaps, maybe. If you use these non-committal words, you're going to be more confused. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just my advice to you right now. If you want more clarity moving forward and you need some active coaching to get you out of your situation right now and to help you move you towards a momentum, positive direction right now, reach out to me. You know where to find me. Having said that, may the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it today.